The first scream echoed through the crystal corridors of the Varelian diplomatic spire, like a fracture in glass dot. Mara Ellison froze mid-step, the silver tray in her hands rattling as porcelain cups clinked together. She knew that sound. Any human who had ever held a child knew it. That wasn't a tantrum, that was fear. She turned without thinking, boots sliding on the polished alien stone, and ran. Stop. One of the attendant drones chirped behind her. Human staff are not authorized beyond. Mara ignored it. She followed the sound, heart pounding, pulse roaring in her ears. The spire was home to diplomats from 12 star systems, a place of treaties and smiles and carefully measured words. It was also a place where humans newcomers, fragile newcomers, were still considered. Strange, especially human children. The scream came again, sharper now. Hoarse, Mara burst into the antechamber of the Sun Hall and stopped dead at the center of the room. Stood Lady Sharon Val-Keth. She was beautiful in the way predators were luminous, her skin a soft, iridescent blue that shifted with her mood. Her 4 eyes glowed faintly gold, and her long, delicate fingers were wrapped around something small, a baby, a human baby. "Oh God," Mara whispered. The infant little Eli Navarro, 6 months old, was crying so hard his face had gone red. Tiny fists trembling as Sharan held him away from her body, studying him like a rare artifact. Beside her stood Ambassador Keth Talorin, the most powerful alien diplomat in the Concord, frozen in visible panic. "Sharon," he said carefully, voice tight, "please." "That is enough." She didn't look at him. "Remarkable," Sharan murmured, her translator band humming softly. So much noise from such a small organism. Mara took a step forward. "Please," she said, the word tearing out of her chest. "Please, put him down." Sharon's gaze finally shifted to her. One eye narrowed, curious rather than cruel. "You are the caretaker," she observed. "I'm the maid," Mara said, voice shaking. "But I help his mother. She's sick, please." He's scared. The baby screamed again, his breath hitching dangerously. Sharon tilted her head. "Fear response is intense. I wished to observe its upper limit." Mara's blood went cold. "Stop," she begged. "You're hurting him." "I am not inflicting physical damage," Sharon replied calmly. "Human infants are structurally resilient. That's not how it works." Mara shouted, shocking herself and everyone else in the room. Silence fell like a dropped blade. No, one raised their voice to a Valketh. Sharon's eyes flicked, something sharp flashing behind the gold dot. Ambassador Talarin inhaled sharply. "Mara Ellison," he warned, "choose your words carefully." But Mara didn't stop. "He's not a test subject," she said, tears spilling now, hands clenched at her sides. "He's a baby. He needs warmth. He needs safety. He needs someone who cares." Sharon looked back down at Eli. His cries had weakened, turning thin and broken, his small body trembling as his oxygen-starved lungs struggled to keep up. Something changed. Sharon's skin shimmered, the light dimming. "This response is deteriorating," she said quietly. Ambassador Talorin stepped forward. "Sharon, give him to the human, now." For a long moment, no one moved. Then slowly Sharon drew the baby closer to her chest. Mara's heart stopped. "No," she sobbed. "Please don't." Sharon placed the baby against her body. The room gasped. The Valketh were infamous for their aversion to physical contact. Their species found uncontrolled emotional output distasteful, dangerous. Sharon ignored them all. Her arms shifted, instinctively carefully cradling the infant. One hand moved to support his neck. Another brushed his back in small rhythmic motions. The baby's cries stuttered, then softened, then astonishingly, stopped. Eli's single quotes, his tiny fingers curled into the fabric of Sharon's ceremonial gown. His breathing slowed, evening out as his sobs faded into quiet hiccups. Mara stared, stunned. What are you doing?" she whispered. Sharon's voice dropped, almost reverent. "I am regulating him." The lights in the chamber dimmed further, responding to Sharon's internal bioluminescence as it softened, warming to a gentle glow. "The Valkath," she continued, "are born without vocalization. Our young rely on resonance electromagnetic fields generated by parental comp to stabilize neural development." She looked up, meeting Mara's eyes. "Your infant was destabilizing, so I stabilized him." Ambassador Talorin sank into a chair by the stars. He breathed. Mara stepped closer, cautious now. He likes being held. Skin to skin helps human babies too." Sharon glanced down at Eli, whose eyes had fluttered closed. "Yes," she said softly, "I am beginning to understand that." The chamber doors slid open. Medical staff rushed, inhuman and alien alike, then slowed, stopping short at the sight before them. The feared Valkath noble stood perfectly still, cradling a sleeping human child like something sacred. "This changes everything," murmured one of the aides. Sharon handed the baby back gently to Mara. The moment contact broke, her glow dimmed further, her posture shifting. "I did not intend harm," she said, voice low, "but I would have caused it, through ignorance." Mara hugged Eli close, his warmth grounding her shaking hands. "Humans do that sometimes too," she said quietly. "We learn by listening." Sharon turned to her fiancé Talorin. She said, "Cancel the next session." He blinked. "The treaty discussions?" "Yes." She looked back at Mara. "I wish to observe human caregiving practices properly." The room erupted in stunned murmurs. A senior delegate whispered, "She's suspending negotiations for a human infant." Sharon's eyes flashed once. "This infant," she said coldly, "is a representative of a species whose emotional bonds can override biological incompatibility." She paused. "That makes them formidable." The incident spread across the Concorde in hours. Footage leaked, blurry, unauthorized, but unmistakable. A Valkath noble holding a human baby. A human maid shouting without being executed. A diplomat's fiancé choosing empathy over protocol. The headlines changed tone overnight. Human. Emotional intelligence defies. Valkath norms first contact rewritten by infant Respon Samara. Returned to her duties 2 days later. She found Sharon waiting for her in the nursery. "I have been practicing," the alien said, gesturing to a holographic display of human developmental psychology. Mara smiled tiredly. "Careful," she said. "Next thing you know, you'll be volunteering." Sharon tilted her head. "I already have." Outside the spire, the galaxy shifted just a little, because humans didn't conquer with fleets. They didn't dominate with strength. They changed the universe by teaching it how to care. Asterisk.